these beautiful fish.
Yeah. So you got to see some really pretty things.
We did.
That's so fun.
Where was that?
Hawaii.
Oh, really?
We went to Oahu,
Uh-huh.
and we stayed, Lahaina is in this place, but the rest of it's not really cities and towns. It's some stores and what have you, but big hotels, lots of big hotels and stuff, and we had a really good time. We went up the volcano that's hasn't, it's, I don't know if it's extinct, but I think lately has kind of shown some activity. But when we were there, and we hiked down into it, and
you hiked down into it.
Yeah,
wow.
It was like this. It would come, and just kind of a little slope.
Wow.
And really, you could walk quite a bit down in it. And but supposedly, from up there where the volcano was, you saw the very best sunsets. And I do remember it was gorgeous.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. When we took the kids to Hawaii, the volcano was active for the first time in a very long time. And we couldn't go. It was closed. They said no burning. You can't go.
No sacrifices today.
Yes. Rainforest?
What?
Did you go to the rainforest?
No, well, sort of. I mean, we went on a zip line tour, and that was through the rainforest. But
we went to the rainforest and walked quite a bit, and all these orchids and
gorgeous.
Yes, it really, really was. I had no idea that a rainforest would be like that.
Mom, you don't have any wrinkles in your forehead. You look like you've had Botox.
Oh, I do. Right here, it looks like I have 2 sets of eyebrows. In fact, one time Marina came up to me and she said, "Grandma, let me wipe that off." And and I wish she had.
Really? Because to me it looks, you can't really notice it.
Well, it bugs me, but
okay.
Well, your glasses hide it. You can't see it.
I can't make. If I made eyebrows out of it, use eyebrow pencil, I would look really funny.
Yeah, that would be a bit high, probably.
Yeah, and I use a little bit of eyebrow pencil. I don't go dark. And so, but I was not out in the sun a whole lot. I grew up riding horses in the summer, and then there was no such thing as sunscreen, and I don't think I always wear a hat or even dark glasses.
Right, and you never got melanoma or anything? You never got melanoma or anything?
No. I do go to a dermatologist monthly, yearly, and she took. I have a spot right there that I don't like at all, and she took a little bit of a biopsy of it. I told her, I said, I've had that for years and haven't done anything, and she said, well, she wanted to be sure, and then she took pictures of a couple places that she wanted to watch, and had me come back in 3 months or something, and they said they weren't anything.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Sounds very thorough.
Oh, listen, that dermatologist, she was the best. That Dr. Albright that we went to, and he was so quick. And I wondered how he could tell even. She was not. She parted my hair, looked at my head, and I mean, she was so thorough. And I was really impressed with her. I have an appointment with her. It's, gosh, maybe in July. It's been probably a year since I've seen her. And I told Mary how good she was, but she's with Graves Gilbert.
Oh, yeah.
And Mary's insurance
Doesn't
cover Graves Gilbert.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it really is. She's so nice too, and she has excellent nurse practitioners who are really knowledgeable. So, I would recommend her to anybody.
Well, that's good to keep in mind, because I was not impressed with mine. It was very fast. Very fast.
Yeah, I don't see how, I have so many spots of various kinds on my legs and body and skin tags, old age kind of things. And I don't see how they could look at all those that fast and be sure that wasn't, she wasn't. I think she took a picture of a place right up here. And I think that's a bruise. I bruise so easily. Gosh.
I remember Grandpa Clark.
Yeah, I just have very thin skin, and then I take a blood thinner.
Right.
So
are you still taking that? Because I thought that was part of the problem of your blood pressure getting so low.
No, I still
Mary was
take
telling me that she told you.
It is a blood thinner. And they said when they diagnosed me as having heart failure, that's when they prescribed that. And I also take a baby aspirin in the morning with it. But what he took away was for, I think it was a month, I took Lasix, which is, and because I had accumulated fluid right here.
Oh, it's a diuretic.
And in my feet and ankles. And but then I didn't have a renewal for it, and it kind of scared me because I thought, if I start seeing these signs, what am I supposed to do? So I called them up and asked them to renew it, and they were very reluctant to do it. And I said, well, I would like to have it if I find that I'm having edema and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And I said, I won't take it every day, of course. And
right.
And so they gave me a refill. And I really take it very seldom.
Okay, good. So the Eliquis is only as needed.
No, the Eliquis is every day.
Oh.
It's the Lasix that was as needed.
Okay.
And
well, Mary said that she told you to stop taking something because of these dizzy spells.
Yeah, the metropolol.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something my doctor tells me to take if my blood pressure is over 120, the top number.
Right, but clearly that hasn't been.
But I don't take a lot of blood pressure medicine now. Mostly I take what's called midodrine, and it's when my blood pressure is really low, it makes it go up.
Well, one thing that I got that I highly recommend is grounding sheets.
What?
Do they work?
All I know is a lot of times when I eat, I get a lot of inflammation, and by the time I wake up on these sheets, it's all gone.
Huh. I've been reading about them.
Did you say they're weighted?
Grounded. So
grounded?
So the idea is that the Earth has a vibration, an electrical pulse, and so people used to walk around barefoot, and they were connected to the Earth, and so it's called being grounded. So this is something that there are these tiny wires of silver that go through the mattress. And I have a twin size bed. It was like $100. But The silver keeps bacteria away as well. But you have this wire that it's connected to, and you don't plug it in. It just goes into the grounding part of your plug.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was like, what is
I don't
this?
understand what
And it
what
took me
you
a
mean
minute
by
to.
that.
Okay, well, there's a 3-prong
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
And the third one is the grounding,
Yeah, but
right?
I didn't know you could put just that in by itself.
Well, you can, apparently. For this specific purpose, it's that grounding electrical thing. And it also is for pain, for imbalance in the body, for, fluid retention and
Sleep, depression.
yeah. And my cat loves it.
Really interesting.
Yeah, so there's something to it, because
Well, the evidence so grounding is when you go out without shoes
Right.
and you're touching the earth.
right,
You're grounded to the earth. There is a magnetic charge in every
Right.
cell of our body
right,
and in the earth.
right,
And they have so many studies that show that people that will go out even for 10, 15 minutes
Right.
and walk around barefoot, blood pressure, blood sugar,
Really?
depression,
Yeah.
pain, dramatic improvements. Yes. And they've just come out. I've been hearing about these sheets and I wondered how it works. So that is really interesting.
yeah. So I think we should get you some of those sheets for sure.
Some? Like you need more than one?
Well, I mean, I have just one, but
Well,
I mean, and you can't dry them in the dryer, so you can
Interesting.
wash them in the machine, but then
Just
you have
air
to
dry
air
them.
dry them.
yeah.
But I think it really works. I think it's
There's a lot of testimonials. I've been
Yeah.
reading about it. Interesting.
I think it's called Live Wire.
I haven't read anything
Can you
about
feel
that.
the wire
No.
in it? It's microscopic, thin as a hair, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it just
Yeah.
looks like a pattern of, on the sheets.
And is it both the bottom and the top sheet?
No, it's just the bottom sheet. Yeah, I guess you could get both.
oh, it's the bottom sheet. I
Yeah.
had in my mind, I pictured it being the top.
Well, I guess it could be,
Yeah.
but it's something that I've incorporated that I think is really interesting. So,
How? In what way do you feel different?
well, the inflammation in my body, I notice, and I think because I have such a physical job.
Boy.
I get sore, but and this keeps the soreness, at bay and things like that. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, and it's supposed
I
to help
haven't
with
heard anything.
inflammation as well and things like
Yeah.
that.
Whatever I read on health and all that stuff, I haven't come across that at all.
You just Google grounding. You'll be
Yeah,
amazed at the
see, I
research.
didn't know to
Who
Google it.
was there?
Well,
I know, who thought of that,
I
right?
know.
Who knew?
Which brand did you get?
I think I got Live Wire, if I'm not mistaken. But
There's a lot.
I got from Amazon, and I just do the reviews and whatever. But it's very interesting,
Yeah.
Is it?
and it's
Can you
effortless,
feel
right?
it? Can you feel it? Does it
no,
feel like
No.
a normal
No.
sheet?
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't feel any different if you just walked around outside. But
Yeah. Well,
it's just so good for you.
I've done
And
a
it's supposed
little
to calm you as well, and anxiety and things like that. Like, in fact, in massage, you're supposed to be grounded before you touch somebody, because
How would you do that without this
I do it
and
with
all.
Jesus, but there's a lot of different methods.
Yeah.
But
Well,
How should you bandage it? 20 to 30 minutes a day.
you know, I've had a little trouble with my feet in that they
yeah, that I
swell,
bet it would
they
help.
swell, and I also, since my balance is affected, I've had to go through my shoes and put in the donation pile the shoes that don't give me, that are too cushy instead of
Yeah.
supportive. I mean, I need the arch support, but
Yeah, I saw you were walking around on barefoot.
yeah, I don't usually go barefooted much.
Yeah.
And I had read that you need to wear good shoes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have shoes that are supportive, and
Yeah.
I do wear those. But even my feet feel kind of tired of it. I mean, it doesn't feel good to wear shoes all the time.
Yeah. Especially if you got swelling. happening,
I haven't
so.
tried going barefoot outside, but I could.
Well, or we could just get you some grounding sheets.
I do go out. I try to go outside in the morning and get sun.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit, yeah. Some
Yeah.
vitamin D.
And one of the things I read just amazed me. It said that you should look at the sun and let it go in your eyes. And it said, of course, you can't keep looking at it, but there's something that is really beneficial if you. So I will look up and down.
I
I
don't
think
know
you're
about
supposed
that.
to look at the horizon, Mom.
Yeah, it said that too.
Yeah,
but it
not
also,
at the sun.
well, it also said that your eyes that it needs to come in your eyes, the sun.
Well, if you look this way and your eyes are open, the sun is getting in your eyes. You
Yeah.
shouldn't look directly in the sun.
Yeah,
it
I
can hurt your
agree with
eyes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't believe me. I don't just look at it like this.
Not like Donald Trump when we
Yeah,
have
just-
the eclipse.
Just try to open my eyes wide and look, and
Yeah, it regulates your circadian rhythm.
regulates my what?
Circadian rhythm, your sleep
Oh,
and
yes,
awake cycle.
yes, exactly.
I've actually been doing that like for a couple of weeks before we left, and I have found that because I have a lot of trouble going to sleep. I mean, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, come on.
I know.
And
Trust me.
the magnesium has helped, and doing that I think has helped. I go out first thing in the morning when I'm like that.
And also not
long
watching
did you stay?
television, not
Yeah.
being on your phone or your computer. But
turning off the
I don't
video.
adhere to any of that. I just take a sleeping pill and melatonin.
I'm a pretty good sleeper, although I wake up about 3 times to go to the bathroom. And usually I can go right back to sleep.
Yeah.
Every now and then, if I had something on my mind, I can't. But
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good sleeper, and I've been sleeping long. I don't have any goals to get up at a certain hour. So I usually don't wake up now till 8 or after 8. And I sleep 9, 10 and a half hours.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. As my body, if I set an alarm, I don't really hear without my hearing aids, but I guess
Yeah.
it was something that vibrated.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wake up, I don't wake up easily. I feel just zonked.
Yeah.
And I don't have good balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, so I have to make myself get up and get going, because when I get going, all those problems go away.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
wear your watch at night, it will vibrate to wake you up. If you needed to get up, like
Yeah,
for an
well-
appointment or something.
Right, and occasionally I do. And there's something about my inner clock. If I say to myself, I have to get up at 6:30 and get ready to go X,
Yeah.
I wake up at 6:30.
Is that right?
But you're also worried all night that you're not going to wake up. You've told me that.
Well, sometimes, particularly when I had an early, really important appointment, because I had not felt well in the morning for a while, and
Right.
Our church starts at 10, and for me to get up and get myself together and feel good and drive to church, it's a little hard for me to get there at 10, but I usually do.
Well, my church doesn't start till 11.
Most churches do, and we used to have an 8:30. In fact, in the summer we do. It's morning watch, and it's out on benches underneath trees, and there's a granite. I don't think you would call it a worship table necessarily, but that's what it is. That Daddy built.
Right.
And so it's a shorter service. And so they used to have an 8:30, and then Sunday school would be like at 9:30, and church would be, I think, at 10:45. But now most of the year we have just one service.
Yeah.
And it's at 10, and it's kind of good because it's almost like there are two congregations if you have two different
it's very
times.
True.
And you don't really even see those people, and you don't know, and now they do. And our church has a lot of new people and young families. It's going against the grain because a lot of churches are full of gray heads and don't have young families, you know. That we have wonderful pastors, just wonderful.
Well, I watch it online a lot because I go to 3 different Bible studies during the week, so
that counts.
I feel like it counts.
Absolutely, it does.
So sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go a 4th day.
Yeah. It's okay.
And so I sleep, and then I can watch it on YouTube.
I like that.
Well, I can watch our service live or when it's recorded too. And I can really hear much better because it goes into my hearing aids. But it's not the same as being with all those people. You say sometimes I really feel different when I've connected with people.
Oh yeah.
And then been in the worship with people. And I've discovered that toward the back of the sanctuary, like 2 rows from the back, that speaker is really good. And I can hear exceptionally well. Sitting back, I used to sit close to the front because I thought that will let me hear and see. But
well, I don't know. It's easier for me to interact with people in a Bible study because it's a discussion,
right?
And rather than just listening to someone. And I don't know, I get like a social anxiety or something, and I just when it's done, I just want to leave. I don't want to talk to you.
I understand.
God bless you. Good to see you. That's it. But
I can't do small talk.
I just want to go.
Crazy.
I just want to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help with the chair. Sorry. Gotta go. So, but I've gotten to know people, and I know people's names, and they know mine, and so that's nice. And so,
well, I'm an introvert, but I also get very tired of being alone all the time.
Right.
And it really makes a huge difference to me on days that I go to prayer group, Bible study.
Yeah.
I used to go work at Soup Kitchen, but I kind of don't. I kind of felt like I really couldn't do that now.
Well, that makes sense. I mean,
Well, a lot of standing and a lot of doing. It never
Yeah.
bothered me to stand, but
yeah.
it's one of the things I haven't been able to resume doing, but
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yeah, I've gone to some of those events where they feed people and
Yeah, we do it.
whatever.
There's a soup kitchen that involves a lot of churches, and our church has, I think it's the fourth Tuesday of the month for January, February, March, and then another group, another soup kitchen team is April, May, June, and
Okay.
like every 3 months. Some people serve on more than one,
Yeah,
but in fact, I was on 2, but
yeah.
I'm not doing that right now.
Well, I mean, I think you just should listen to your body and take care of yourself. And,
Well,
you know, right now things are a little unsteady.
yeah.
So, we just want to be, you know, really hyper aware, maybe.
I am.
I know, Mom, but
Part of the reason is that I sort of have to.
right. But I mean, you said that it's good that you're not alone right now because of the way you've been feeling, right?
It's good that I what?
You said that it was good that you weren't alone right now because of the way you've been feeling.
Well, yeah, but I get a good feeling of connection and my prayer group and my Bible study group, they're
No, Mom. I'm just talking about you
At home.
at home.
Oh.
And it's good that you're not alone here and you're here because of what's been going on with you physically, right?
yeah.
So that being said, you know, we need to, have a conversation, an ongoing conversation about that.
Right.
Well, that's true.
And I really appreciate the fact, Mom, that even though you're telling yourself, straighten up body, you're going to feel better, that you are being wise and safe
Yeah.
to say, okay.
Yeah, I won't drive if I feel unsteady. I want to, and even so, I'm very careful. I look straight ahead. I don't look at anything on the sides. And I think I'm a pretty safe driver. And I go on residential roads mostly.
Yeah.
Partly because it's so much prettier. And
I don't know, when you were younger, some of your driving scared me, Mom.
Don't go.
So I can't imagine.
Don't go
You know
there.
what? When I
That it's
renewed my
improved.
driver's license, it says it expires 01/28. I had to laugh when I saw that.
Well, I guess they think you're good to go for a while.
Well, I would think that they would look at the 85-year-old lady and say, that's quite a few years.
Well, when did Grandma stop driving?
You what?
When did Grandma stop driving?
Oh, I think she drove until the late 80s. And she only went places where she had to turn right. She wouldn't turn
Really?
left. She didn't want to turn left, so
Is
she
that right? I
planned
didn't
it
know
out so she would have all right turns.
that. Oh, okay.
And her doctor was on about Yale, if you remember the major streets, and 36th Street, which was just a few blocks from where she lived, was kind of hilly, but it went straight to the place where her doctor was, and
Okay.
the doctor's office was very close there.
Mm-hmm.
And one time, having hiccups, she said that her doctor said he didn't want to meet her driving down the road. She told me that.
Well.
But she also was getting lost. She where Virginia lived, and she knew that route
like the back
so
of her
well
head,
of that big house they had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all that far.
Right. It
But
wasn't.
a couple of times she got a little lost.
Huh.
And
no, I didn't know that.
It kind of scared us all, and
yeah.
But I can understand why she didn't want to give up driving, because
Well, of course, it's like giving up your freedom,
independence.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go someplace if you need to, and
yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I remember when maybe she was around your age when she came to see us when we lived on Luis. And I lived in downtown at the end of the park off of 8th and Date. And she wanted to take the bus to come and visit me by herself. And I said that I didn't think it was a good idea. It was dangerous. And she said, well, I'm with you, so I'm relaxed. But if I was by myself, I'd be on my guard.
Oh, goodness.
She was so funny.
She was.
So, do y'all have any plans for the rest of this trip, or you're just gonna hang out?
We leave Sunday, so
Right.
we'll just have Friday and Saturday. Frankly, I don't know. I'm pretty happy just staying here. It's very relaxing and very beautiful, and I'm comfortable, and so I don't have any aches or pains. Now sometimes when I'm tired at home, like I've done stuff and I'm tired.
Yeah.
Well, my shoulders and my upper back will hurt, and I sit in a chair with kind of a low back, a bit lower than that, and just lean backwards and let my arms. Because it's funny when it hurts like that. It's like I have trouble standing up straight, so I go like that. But
well, as long as you're.
I just sort of. Virginia, could I have a little bit of that?
That has alcohol in it. You want one without alcohol?
Huh?
I'll get you one without alcohol.
Oh, well, I couldn't see the alcohol.
That's because it's clear. Scott, you want some orange juice?
No. If there's more coffee, I'll have that. One more for the road.
What time do you have to be at work tomorrow?
I have to be there at 9:30.
Oh.
How long does it take you to get there?
It takes like 20 minutes.
No, that's not bad at all, particularly for LA.
I know. It's a strip of highway that I don't know. I'm very used to it, and it generally isn't congested.
I imagine that tastes good with some alcohol in it.
Well, did you want some alcohol?
Since I have trouble with dizziness and balance, that's the last thing I need.
Okay. Well, I certainly don't want you to.
Nope. I'm not buying wine or anything. I just,
You know, I've done this sober thing for just over a year, and it's really, you know, I don't think about like relaxing with alcohol anymore. I don't think about, oh, I wish, you know, I had a couple glasses of wine or whatever. So I like that.
Yeah.
well, I used to get a bottle of wine and have not a big amount, but 5-6 o'clock, and it was relaxing and I liked the way it tasted. But when I stopped doing that, I honestly think I felt better the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, why on earth would I take something, drink something that made me feel tired and not, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's not a quiet machine, let's say.
No, it is not.
Well, I remember when we were kids and you would get a box of wine and you would have it occasionally out of the refrigerator, and you claimed that you never got drunk. But I think you did.
I claim that I never did what?
Tipsy at least. You remember that, Virginia?
I don't remember her being tipsy. I remember Grandma Ruth being sloshed at her. Was it her 50th wedding anniversary, Mom?
Oh, I missed
Grandma
that.
Ruth.
Which grandma was
Grandma
slush?
Ruth.
Oh, listen. Her 50th anniversary party, she got drunk.
We were having margaritas. And
How long after
by the
that?
pitcher.
How long after that did we have to put her in a home?
Oh, long time.
It was funny.
It was very.
Well, why not?
Good.
Thank you.
I think my mom liked beer, didn't she?
Yeah, we used to get it, and you know, we went to the regional drama thing, and we were the only Christian school there, and me and like the vice president's son went drinking. And
Vice
then,
president of what? Who?
of the school.
High school.
Yeah, and we got caught because he confessed. And
Where did you, like, you went to someone's house? Because you couldn't go bar hopping.
no, it was a college
Oh.
campus, and so but yeah, I had to go to an interview with the principal to see if I could be admitted for my senior year. And so Grandma went with me, and the guy is like real southern. He's like, I don't have alcohol in my home. And I was like, well, we do. Grandma and I have a beer together sometimes. And and the conversation went back and forth, and Grandma said, did they teach forgiveness here?
She was so wonderful.
So that was the end of the conversation.
Was
And
that
I got to go I got
Your senior
admitted.
year, that's right.
But
Was
maybe
it
if
that-
I wasn't with the vice president's son, it wouldn't have worked out so well.
Oh,
But-
Grandma
That
would have
is
had
so
something to say.
funny. Well, did they watch you especially closely after that?
No, I don't think so. But
She was so funny.
yeah, she nipped that in the bud.
She did.
Yeah. But that school is still going strong.
Really? What
Yeah.
was it called?
Metro Christian Academy. They have K through 12.
Huh. Was it just high school when you were there?
No, it's always been like that.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Trenton and like 61st. Yeah.
It's probably expensive.
It was, I think.
It's what?
It was expensive.
Well, did they have like regular worship services? And
No, it was a Baptist. We sang "This is the day the Lord has made," and things like that. But
All fly
we had to
away.
go to chapel. We had to take Bible class.
Did
You
you
had to wear a tie on Wednesdays.
did you choose it or did Grandma choose it?
Grandma chose it, and Matt went there. So,
Oh,
and Matt and I were good friends. So,
you had to wear a tie on Wednesdays?
yeah, because it was chapel day.
Because that was chapel day, You know, when Daddy went to college, they had to wear a suit to classes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. Yep.
And I remember when I went to Wellesley, I had heard all this stuff about, well, Oral Roberts University, for instance, women could not wear pants,
Right.
and their dress code was really strict,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to, you know, go to class looking nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wellesley was a women's college. People went to classes in sweats.
Right.
And I just loved that. It just, you could do whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Same school that Hillary Clinton went to. Well, I think I'm gonna get going pretty soon.
what's the traffic say?
So.